Good morning, good afternoon, good evening from where you're watching. It's your girl Nyawera Mondo. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, karibu sana. This channel is about motherhood, spiritual growth, and entrepreneurship. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. What if I told you today that you can overcome anything, any situation, any circumstance known to man, that you're indeed unbreakable? Do you believe me? Most importantly, if you told yourself these things, would you believe you? And so today's story is all about happiness, success, and overcoming obstacles, resilience, and how it was built under very painful moments. So what's special about my guest is that she's an action taker and her resilience is out of this world. As you get to listen to her story, you'll realize how she embraced challenges without even knowing the how figured out, but it paid off. So as you listen in, have an open mind, and I hope you get inspired. Thank you guys for joining us again. Today's topic is about resilience, and my guest today is, she'll introduce herself, but I'm so happy that you're in my channel today. So let's begin by tell us who you are and what you do.
Okay. My name is Mukami. I'm an entrepreneur, a hustler. Come on now, that's the way squeeze what I told me, hustler. I do a lot of things here and there. I own a couch, I sell milk, among others. Yes. And I'm happy to be here with you, my old friend. I'm a new friend. Yeah. I'm a in-between friend.
Yeah,
but a friend.
Yes. Alright, so how many children do you have?
Okay, I have 3 children.
Okay.
Children. Okay, they are big people. One is 21 years old. The other one is 15 years old. And the other one is 8 years old. All of them are girls.
Wow, mother of girls.
Yes.
Mother of boys. Wow. Interesting. All right. So just give us a snippet about your marriage. I mean, it's every girl's dream to have this imaginary wedding, you know, and to have the white gown, you know. So just give us a snippet and paint the picture of how it all started. Yeah.
Okay, I got married early. I got married at 23 years old. And since I'm the firstborn in our family, the side of my dad, I was the first one to get married. So all my cousins were so excited. The side of my dad's side, all my cousins, relatives, and basically most of the people were happy that I am finally getting married as a firstborn in the entire family. And it was a good occasion, and everything happened like the way people came. Food ikaisha, as usual. Tulikuwa watu more than what we thought. Both of us were not doing so well, so nile munaanza from the basics. Mimi nilikuwa waitress. Alikuwa alikuwa DJ. I told her DJ. A story for another day. So and we started, and it was life. We did life. Then life happened after some few years in the marriage. I personally discovered that I think this is not what I signed up for.
All right.
And I saw it like after year 3.
Are you serious?
Yes, seriously.
Wow. How long had you dated?
Like 2 years.
Okay.
Like 2 years, yes. But you see, as a woman, you're taught familiar, you're taught to just stick there and do, and I don't quit. I am such a fighter. I keep saying impossible is nothing in this world. So I strived, I worked hard, we worked hard. Let me not say, maybe it was not, I don't like saying it was my strength alone. I think even him, he tried.
Yes.
But 2 good people, very wrong for each other. That's what I keep saying. He is a nice person. I am a nice person, I would believe. But brought together, we just could not gel. That's what I can say. So after year 2, I realized, oh my, this thing, I don't think it's going to work. But I started praying and telling God my fears, my concerns, and all that. And we soldiered on. when it was coming to year 8, I actually confirmed that now we are kuna noma. And we sat down and talked about it, and he wanted to leave.
Okay. Oh, okay.
After year 8, he actually wanted to go. As a woman, you plead, no, we cannot end this, let's fix it,
yes.
we can work it out, let's live separate lives, but in the same home, and see how that is going to work.
Yeah.
So that's what we did.
All right.
After 8 years of marriage. So we stayed together until year 14, when we finally...
So this, after 8 years, you started working on it?
No. We said, let's live together and see whether it's going to work. Everybody living independently. So that you can give me time to come to terms that the marriage is over.
Is ending.
And if the Lord comes, it's not going to end. So I was open like that. So I healed when I was inside the marriage. That was the most beautiful thing for me and for my children. Healing when you're in there is better, because when you heal when you're outside, you have all this bitterness, this anger, all the things I did. Me with all my I contemplated suicide.
Really?
Yes, it was
depression
bad.
Kicked in.
Yes, it did. And that's why I keep telling people, breaking a marriage is not easy. It is the most traumatic thing, especially if you are totally sold out to,
for it.
You know, I am in this thing and I am coming in full blast and I want to do this. Oh, it was hard, Grace. Oh, Lord. So I even tried suicide.
Are you serious?
Yes.
And you have the children in the house?
The children in the house. This guy is in the house.
For example, like the suicidal thoughts, what time were they coming? Like you just sit to yourself or you argue or...
No, see, we are past the argument. Now after year 8, we never fought per se. Because we said, you know what, we are living together for the sake of the children.
Okay. So you do you, I do me, for the sake of
the house is here.
Yes.
We always used to do our billing together. As in, these are the expenses for the house.
Yes.
If it is 100K, it's 100K. We used to have a joint account. So I can withdraw, he can withdraw, but both of us have to sign. So what we used to do, we just used to go withdraw the money for the house, then we ran the house. And that was it. That is how it was.
I've never heard of that.
And we live together like that. And we're sleeping at the same bed. Everything is going on as normal. But we are separate. So I thought I could do that for long. I thought we can do that until the kids leave the house. Then you can. Then it got to a point I could not. It started eating me emotionally.
Yeah, that's emotional trauma.
Completely. Then I decided, you know what? I cannot do this anymore. So I tell you, I think it's time we divorced. I was like, fine. I told you 8 years. That was 8.
In the 8th year.
9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Another 6 years later. I told you, Kitambo, so yeah, for me, I'm fine. And that's how
so you felt like there was nothing else that you could do. It was already done.
Yeah, it was already. But you see, I realized my mistake in year 2. So for me,
because you saw the red flags.
Yes, they were there, we ignored them. We are young, you have the pressure of getting married and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
So that's what happened. But right now, after now we parted ways, I was so bitter with him for some years. But right now we're okay.
Yeah.
We talk.
Okay.
Yeah, and we are in like a good place.
Yeah.
Yes.
So how was the divorce journey, especially now to yourself, to your children? I mean, these are children who are used to see their dad, and I bet when you guys were living together, you used to hide.
Yes.
Right? And the children thought, mommy and dad are okay. But now when it was a point of saying it's a wrap, it's done. So how was that journey for you and your children?
Okay, for my children it was really difficult, especially for the firstborn. Was at a point of saying that, Mom, I've seen, I'm not a child, this thing is not working, I would rather you two people live apart than messing you up.
So she saw the signs, she saw things
are
not okay.
Everything. Unfortunately, my kids are so apart.
Okay.
You see, the first one is 21, the other one is 15.
Yes, alright, 6 years.
So the second born and the third born didn't really understand what was going on. But the second born was the most affected because they were very close with the dad. shield tight. So a lot of therapy for both, even the firstborn. It was, and then she got sick, as you know, we'll talk about that later. So for the firstborn, she was ready to move out. Because she had seen a lot of them. You know, we think they don't see.
Yeah, that's what we think. They don't see, but they see a lot.
We think we can hide, we think they don't see. But fortunately, they do. They actually see. So it was hard. But for the last one, it was okay. She was such like a small baby. She didn't know what was happening. So
you started therapy.
Here and she's okay. If the dad shows up, fine. Doesn't,
it's
okay.
Alright. So the therapy started, and how was that journey?
It was difficult, and even for the second born, she still goes for therapy. But for the first born, I think she got to a good place. And then she told me, Mom, now I don't need therapy anymore. But it is important, I will tell parents, if you're going through such a thing, please take your children to therapy, because they know and they see, and we think they do not know, and we think they do not see. Yes.
And talk about yourself now. How was that journey of divorce? As in, was there stigma? Where did you think God was? How was your spiritual moment with yourself, with God, with friends, with church? I mean, tell us about that.
Okay, let me start with what? Start with God.
Yes.
We were in a very good place with God because He was with me all through this. But there's a place I felt He had left me. I stopped going to church. I stopped all my meetings for church. Why? Because the church was such a judgmental place. Oh Lord, I lost so many friends. The church, anyway, it is what it is.
But sometimes I feel like we are so judgmental. The church ought to be a hospital, like we say. You know, when you're wounded, you have people to surround you and encourage you. But it was the opposite.
Most of them, 3/4 of them. But I must say thank you so much to Reverend Kamutu. Let me mention you here today, Pasi. Kole, I'm a deal to the history. I could mention.
But it's good. People who stood with you, mention them.
He was there for me 102%. With all the judgment, with all worship. He kept reminding me, Mukami, you are a daughter of God. Regardless of what people are saying, even if you're doing it or you're not doing it, I am not here to judge you. Judgment belongs to God. That was awesome.
Amazing.
And we're still very good friends up until today. And I'm so happy he became then he was an evangelist. Yeah, you remember?
Yes. Right now he's a reverend.
Right
Which
now
church is it?
Na uko Meru, na uko Ushago, ako place Ushago. I think I shall adjust.
Big up, Pasi.
Thank you so much. And of course, my good friend Steve Morioki was there.
Hey,
God,
those are
people who have always
walked with you.
They've held in the thing, in the.
Because I can imagine that time you had hit rock bottom.
Yes, I had. And they were ever present. God Tundon is our best.
I know. And so, as if that's not enough, Sonia got sick.
Now Sonia got sick. Wow, she was in class 7. Then she started having severe pains in the stomach. We went for all the tests and all that. They were so sure it was psychological. We used a lot of money. Took her for psychological tests. Then she went for therapy. The therapist said yes, it could be related because we are doing everything in our power to find out what is wrong. Nothing is wrong. It got so bad that she couldn't walk. So we had to go to India, and they did like a very minor surgery. I forget so easily. I wish she was here to tell you what exactly you were told. I cannot really remember. For me, it was amazing to see my daughter eat for an year and a half. So she used to be so bad, we go back to hospital and then anaikwa drip. Ndio aweze kuwa sawa. Wanamfeed na drip. That was our time. Thank God so much for where I was employed. We had a cover. That covered medically everything. So I was emotionally stressed. My daughter is sick, but not financially. You know that's
much better. You can imagine in a place where you're not able to sustain.
Yes. So me, I never used to kufia. Sonia, umekuwa mgonjwa? unaenda una flash a card, she's treated. But okay, fine, it's draining to take her to hospital to do this, to do this. It
but
was
at least that was much. At least it was bringing some peace of mind. You know, you're able to take her for some tests.
Yes.
Yeah.
So now, after we went to India, her problem was fixed, and I saw her eat. She ate, and she ate. She was like, "Mom, I can't believe I'm eating." Now that was something.
Yeah.
I think that's when she decided she wants to be a doctor.
Oh yeah, because now she's pursuing.
Yeah, now she's doing medicine and she's doing so well and she's happy.
Oh,
yeah. So she totally got healed. Yeah. So I keep saying it was a little bit of everything, guys. It was the psychological torture and something was also not okay with her stomach. Yeah.
And so when you were transitioning to that journey, where was your ex then? Was he present?
Wow, with Sonia, no, there's a point he said she's pretending she's sick.
No way.
So he washed his hands and said, that's it. I'm not gonna do anything about this child anymore. Now that has brought a big, huge gap between my daughter and the father.
Oh yeah, I can imagine.
I keep reminding her every day. As people say, single mothers don't side with the father. They keep telling the kids the way the father is bad.
Yeah.
Okay, I have never told my children that the father is bad. But you see, for her, she's so there's some things you cannot remove from her head, what she knows and what she thinks. Yeah, and that is part of it. Yeah. Many questions that were running through my mind after the divorce, we went to Coast.
Okay.
I took my children there so that I can tell them that I am leaving your father. Oh, it was so difficult for my second born. She cried the whole time. She cried. She could understand that this can happen. So it was very hard on her, extremely hard on her. And even when we were coming back, she was crying. She was really, really traumatized. And I know that one will take a while. I do not know how to deal with it. Even with after all the therapy and all that, she still really struggles with the father not being present. Yeah, it's not easy. So financially, when I started, this is unfortunate, but that's what I thought to do at that point in time. When I realized that this thing is not going to work and it's not working, then I decided to start putting some money aside for the children.
Yes.
So from the work I used to do then, I used to put aside. So by the time I was leaving, I had saved quite a substantial amount of money. That really went a long way. I knew even if I don't work for a year or a year and a half, I'll be able to buy food, parents, and all that. Amazing. So when I saw, I got wise. Some people would say that's not really good. I know.
That's being wise. After all, someone is leaving and you're being left with the children. How are you going to survive?
So that really helped me. Yeah. And God was there, ever present, holding our hand. When I got down, rock bottom imefika, unaenda naomba, Mungu anafungua tu njia. Imagine something happens. Yeah.
Talk about your family support. Did they support you? Did they hold your hand at that moment when the divorce happened and all?
Okay. My mother was not so happy with this whole labala of the divorce.
Yeah.
But I cannot say waliniachilia. No, they supported. They did support me divorcing the husband.
Yes.
But they supported me as a person with my children. Yeah, they did. Yeah.
Oh, amazing. So tell us, what impact does marriage breakdown have on children?
It has such a big impact. I wish, fortunately or unfortunately, we could avoid it. But again, I say, it is worse. You remember what my daughter told me? Mom, we'd rather be alone than be in this toxicity environment.
Yes.
So I'll tell parents and people who are going through such things, at times you might feel like being together is fixing the children's problems, but at times it is not. So they are in pain either way. You stay and they see what is happening, they're in pain. You go and they lack the father figure or the mother figure in their lives, they are still in pain. So it's just for you to manage the pain. And ask God for wisdom. A lot of wisdom.
Yeah. So how did you build the parental resilience in them during that time?
I actually did it.
Yeah.
I don't know now. I think there are better place to say. Maybe I was okay. Fortunately, what I know for a fact,
yeah,
I was sane.
Okay.
Because I had gone through the
I remember this
the
stage.
anger,
Yes.
all that, the drama. So when I was stepping out, I was very sane. My mind was alert.
Yes.
So I was aware. I was not a bad mother, but there's a point that I was a very pathetic mother. During those 6 years after we said we are living separately, I had so much anger, I had so much pain. I would go leave the house and stay for 5 days without going home.
So wait, this is a period that you decided to stay in the house, but you're not together.
Yes.
Okay. You'd leave.
Go and just feel I don't want to go back home.
And the children will not call to ask you, where is mommy?
They will, but now you either you don't pick the phone. As in you don't care.
Yes, you do not care even a minute. You're like, your father is there.
Like, hey. Exactly.
Oh my goodness.
Wewe fanyeni vile mnataka kufanya, mkilala njaa mlale, mkitaka kukula mkule, mkisikia. Thank God I had a very good house help. Then who used to manage issues and our panga, caring and all that. God anajuanga hizi vitu. So analeta the right people at the right time. So she was there and she managed very well. Oh, I really miss you, Cecilia. She was called Cecilia. And she still visits even today. Yeah, she was,
she was there to help you when you were trying to sort yourself
out.
Nice.
So you see, those are the dramas that come.
Yeah.
It's not easy. If someone goes through divorce and doesn't go cuckoos, it's a miracle. Yeah. Especially if that person was totally sold out for the
the marriage to work.
Yes.
Wow. Yes. And so what did trauma teach you about resilience? As a person.
Trauma taught me impossible is nothing. That is one of my slogans. I love it so much. And life is for the living. We live. Yes. Whether ni kuzuri, whether ni kubaya, whether kuna issues, hakuna issues. Dust yourself, move on. Yeah. Wow. Part of the trauma thing, I also lost my job. And imagine in between all that.
Juggling all that. So he's gone. The children are here. Bills have to be paid.
I lost my job. We were retrenched. But
so what next? What happened?
At least I had to side hustles. I have always been a biashara woman. So now I fully came back to selling milk. It did very, very well. We used to sell a lot. I used to manage to pay the house and pay the bills and pay everything. So it was hard emotionally. I got these jobs you get.
I know.
And then I took Ibiwa. I had taken the youth to Tanzania. There was like a trip that they were going, and they needed the chaperone. So God asked me to take them as mama mzee ako na watoto. You know, mimi ni mzee sasa anyway.
Not really.
Compared to them.
To the youth now. Yes.
So I went.
We needed a mother figure.
And my daughter was there. So I took my kids to their grandparents. Then we went. Kukuja, nyumba imesafishwa, hakuna laptop, TV, gas cooker, everything. Between the gas. Oh Lord, I was like, seriously.
And now at that point, you've just lost your job. You've lost your marriage. Thugs have decided to come into your house.
Wao unasemanga rock bottom unasa. Sasa hiyo ndio inaitwa ile bottom rock. Unaenda rock bottom, unafika bottom, unatafuta.
I know you almost went crazy.
Unashanga. I thank God because I'm a positive person. Positivity has helped me a lot in life. And I don't sibebi sana vitu za dunia. For me from kitambo. Twende hivi hata tukienda kwa road, for example, tugongwe na gari ingine, you never hear Mr. saying, sasa, I'm like, okay, am I okay?
Exactly.
Pesa nikutafuta inatafutagwa. So even tomorrow, tutanunua TV ingine, pesa nikutafuta inatafutagwa. Tutangu wako sawa. Mimi niko sawa. Mikono niko nayo, miguu niko nayo.
You can work.
I'll work. So positivity really has helped me. Positivity has taken me through this life and has made me such a resilient person. Yes, I have my moments when I break down, I cry, I do all that ulabala. But I pick up myself and I move on. Yeah, and I need to say I am for marriage 101%, and I will get married again. If the opportunity presents itself, I will. And I keep telling people, work together, work. This thing is just working together. Yeah.
After you've lost your job, you said you went into biashara, and that is what you're doing up to now.
Yes, that's what I'm doing. Yes.
How's life now, having accomplished a lot, seeing your children excel, and your business is doing so well?
It is good, and I really, really thank God for it. And it's good to see my girl in campus doing well, getting excited with her,
pursuing what she always wanted to do.
The other one is in Form 1. I'm happy she went to a good school. She's happy with the school.
Amazing.
Yeah, the kabibi is just my kabibi, and she's growing up.
So that keeps you busy, you know.
Yeah. And I thank God I'm in a relationship with someone right now, but that's a story for another day.
Right?
But I'm happy.
Your healing journey was amazing.
Yes.
Your parting shot, what would you tell a present couple that is going through a divorce? What would be your steps? Just walk with them that journey. What should they do? What should they not do? Yeah.
Number one, you must get to a position of saying you tried it all and you did it all and it never worked.
Okay.
If you don't get to a point of saying those things, then you'll always be what ifs. You'll have what ifs, what ifs, what ifs. So you must, I keep insisting this, you must go the whole yard. I don't know, niseme aje hata na Kiswahili. Lazima ufanye everything in your power to make sure it may work. When you ask yourself and you call yourself for a meeting and ask yourself, did you do everything in your power to make this thing work? Then you'll be comfortably kusema, yes, I did. I went all in. I did, and it never worked. So that's what I should tell you. Please, both of you, ask yourself that question. And if the answer is yes, then you need to go. The other thing, our couples going through divorce, please go for therapy, for counseling, the two of you. We did. Wacha uoneshwe venye uko in a mirror like this, na yeye aoneshwe. First you go separately. I believe going separately is very important. Then now you go together. Already you've mirrored yourself. You've been told these are your strengths, these are your weaknesses, and him has been told. Then you come back together and sit, and then you're taken through seeing whether you can be able to agree to disagree. Number 3, you can also mind, like, let me give you my personal example without getting into too much detail. Mine was emotional abuse, a huge chunk of it, and physical abuse. So those are the reasons why I decided to call it quits. Emotional loss for a long time, like as I said, from year 2. Yes, and it depends on your scenario and what is happening in your home, because these things are not the same.
Exactly.
Yeah, some are going through emotional torture, and just sometimes mtu ako so in a bad place. Mimi as a person, I cannot see it.
Exactly.
Hata ukiniambia, I cannot feel it. So the only person anajua ni mwanaume anaenda through it, ama mwanamke anaenda through it. So it all boils down to wejiite tu meeting, ujianalyze na uachane na sisi. Umati ilishinda Musa. Haita wewe utawezana naye. Kirende. Achana na others. Hawatakusaidia. Jisort wewe mwenyewe.
And what about someone who's there, they're struggling to come out and they're into depression? So what are the signs? What were your signs? Talk about that.
Depression is a very weird thing, because you never know you're depressed until now you read about it kwanza sana, then now utaanza kuona hizo bullets are applying in your life. Like me, I am a very outgoing person. I think I became a bit quiet at that point in time. I ate a lot. I had a lot of weight. Me, I know I'm stressed when I put on weight. Kujiachilia tu, feel kufanya anything, you don't feel like doing your hair, don't feel like dressing up, don't feel like doing anything, your nails, you're just there, flat. Unakatu shosho mzee, na we ni mdogo. By the way, I looked much older when I was in the marriage, because of what was going on.
Pressure, stress.
Unajaribu hata face haiwezi glow. hata ukitaka, because there's so many things zinakukula na ndani. And then a sign of like you're depressed, kila mtu ana point fingers. Hata mtu labda amekuja atakwambia kitu na ubaya, but because of what you're going through unaona huyu ananiongelelea.
Exactly.
Unaona?
Exactly.
So even you yourself you're not in a nice place. Even achana na watu, even for you. So any small trigger like this inakulepua. Yes.
And so what should they do? Like, samepata in that position. What's the first step that they ought to do?
No, the problem with depression, you will not accept. Mimi hata mtu angekuja niambia Mukami uko na depression, ndio yeye amjui mimi ninasema. So you see, hata
denial
completely. Juu hata wewe mwenyewe uioni. So it takes a person who you really listen to, I'm a person who can really speak to your inner spirit. God amlete at that point in time. Hata si lazima kwambia kuna depression. Kwa sababu kama mimi na feel una need therapy, because now that's how I found out. Nilianza kwenda counseling. Part 2 nimeenda counseling mingi.
Okay.
Counseling sasa ya tumeachana. I need to do therapy. Nilienda.
Okay.
Kuna ingine ya I think that I went for 3 times in 3 different scenarios. Ilikuwa very very helpful. Sasa hapo ndo unaanza kurealize ya part 2 ukienda part 3 unarealize kwa hivyo part 2 nilikuwa depressed na sikuwa najua. Because of the things that are coming out sasa kwa hii part 3 of therapy. So wambia mtu ako depressed na kubali ako depressed, it is very hard. So maybe a group, like if you get into a forum of people who have been divorced, I think that's also very helpful. If you can get such a forum, it's very good. My name is so and so and I'm a divorcee, so that you get to hear the stories and they
become a family. You grow together.
Yes.
And so just to take you back, when you talked about suicidal thoughts, I bet you're in that state of depression, right?
Yes.
And so what thoughts were crossing through your mind? Yeah.
I was like, I'm not worth it. I cannot sustain a home.
Oh yeah, because now it has happened.
Now it has happened. Why am I even living? Yes, I have children, but they are not giving me the joy, because for me it's a whole pact. If you really know me, it comes as a package: marriage, a home, and everything. I like it like that.
Complete.
Yes, that's what I would love. Now this is not working. So you see, you feel like such a failure. So unakuwa na hizo thoughts za kufeel, you know what, I think this needs to end. Okay. Journey of healing, number 1 is kwenda mbio. It takes a long time. Because for me, you see, it took like 7 years to totally heal. From the trauma of, you see, I started healing when I was in the marriage. That was the advantage. So when I came out, it took like another 2 years to complete the process. So it was another 8 years of healing. So sifikiri utatoka tu hapo utahili immediately. No. Positive person, and it still took that long. So mimi nikiona tu mtu ametoka kwa divorce najua namwambianga usikue na mbio. People heal differently. Unaweza heal haraka ama subconsciously unafeel umehili, but kumbe hujahili. Kwa sababu anything that happens is a trigger. Maybe once you start dating a man, after something very small,
takes you back.
So even unajuanga baby bado.
Okay.
So for different people it's different things. I cannot point a finger and say this and this and this, but me, I know healing takes a long time. For me, it took a long time. Yes.
But we're happy that now there was forgiveness.
There was a lot of forgiveness. Because when I entirely forgave him, it became very good for me. Yeah. I felt much better.
Amazing. Yes. That's really inspiring.
Yeah, I think so too. But I keep saying we were very good people, very bad for each other. That is
interesting. And I also think probably even when you were dating, you had seen some red flags. But maybe I know that's what most couples do nowadays. Maybe there's pressure, or maybe unasema nita change room, nita change. And right when you're just about to enter, everything blows out of proportion. You know, maybe you can say something about that to the young ladies who are planning to get married, who are dating or into courtship. What would be your advice to them?
My advice would be, you really need to go the long haul. Ujiulize kama huyu mtu kweli unataka to spend the rest of your life na yeye. Hakuna mtu hana weakness.
That's true.
So weaknesses zako zinafaa kuwa I can deal with them. Because there are some things that are a deal breaker for me and are not a deal breaker for you.
For sure.
So when as a person you need to ask yourself, are these weaknesses my deal breaker? And I hope and pray counseling can be about bringing out the worst in everybody. The premarital wanauliza umse questions zinafanya ajamu. Wewe ndio tuone na jamu nyingi wapi. Hata day wanauliza the same. The church wa embrace wakifanya watu hawa wadogo wanting to get married therapy. Wa equal so extensive.
Okay.
Ndio wajiulize kama they really want to be together for the rest of their lives or they don't want. I think inakuanga too shallow easy therapy
counseling premarital
tunafanyanga tuna sugarcoat a lot of things. Now marriage is hard work. It is hard work and it is hard. So they really need to get si ati unawaonesha ni hard. Sasa hiyo wako in love number one. Kumbukeni hata mkiwaonesha how hard it is hawatasikia. So afadhali kuonesha venye ni hard wakataje kusikia. Maybe kuna kitu kata trigger. Akumbuke ati akienda kujiita mshamanio. Akumbuke again for that meeting for watu wale wasikiki kwa mshamani ni meeting waende wakae hapo wajiulize hizo tough questions. But I think inafaa kuwa very complex na very deep.
It's true.
Ina bring out the real person in you. Especially to us Christians, we don't live together before. Hakunanga kitu ya trial and error. Unakuja tunaanza and that is the way God designed it to be. So if we can do anything to help, I think we should, as in really try. Maswali si rahisi. Alafu niseme as friends, as Christians, let's not be over judgmental. Let's hold these people who are going through any kind of turmoil. Inaweza kuwa divorce, inaweza kuwa depression, inaweza kuwa a disease. Unajua watu wanaenda through so many things na as human beings our nature ni kujudge mtu kwanza, kupoint fingers kwanza, kusema so many things. But tunaambia God, I would ask tujaribu. We really try and hold these people. Now it is not easy for everyone to do it. Unajua for real, naweza kwa niko na mabeste kama 20. There are some that are not good at holding you when you're going through someone. But God is appointing that one person, those two people who wanabeba mzigo yako. By the way, Mukash, mimi niko na wewe 100%. So from there wanakushikilia unawaona. Na you tend to chukia hawa wengine ambao hawakustand na wewe and maybe they actually for real they didn't know what to do, what to say. But I appreciate the people who told me, Mukami, for real I do not know what to tell you. I do not know I don't know how you're feeling, what you're going through, so I'm sorry I can't be there for you. And it's not because I don't want to, but I'm here if you need me. Those were also special friends and they'll always be special because you see for real hawajui. Kama mimi personally what nikwambia I'm very bad when it comes to dealing with mourning issues. Like when a friend amekufiwa na babake, mamake or a close friend, I am pathetic. By the way mabeste wangu wanajua hapo I rank at 0.0. Ukiona nimekuja maombolezi, ujue by the way nimejitolea. Ukiona nimekuja mazishi, honestly, I struggle a lot with such scenarios. Number one, maybe because I'm too hyper, I might say something out of place. Mtu aanzage kukubeba for the rest of our life. Imagine Mukami alikuja mazishi ya mamangu because I'm 1, 2, 3 and I was not even there. You get me? So I avoid and then I don't know how I feel about but I do not know how to mourn even when it hits so close to home. That's a huge weakness that I have. Na kama wewe ni best yangu so unajua unapata uelewe. Si usinibebe. The same. I'm giving this as an example when it comes to na watu divorce hawajui kudeny. And among all those things. So naweza ambia tu watu try and be there and if you cannot be there let the person know you want to be there but you do not know how. That gives a lot of hope. And the church pia wajaribu to embrace people who are going through such things because it is not their fault per se. even if we are as much as to blame. I keep saying, hata God mwenye alituumba ametupatia free will.
Exactly.
Either uokoke ama ukae kwa dunia.
Yes.
So who are we as people?
Yes.
Kutaka lazima mtu afanye something in a certain way. Yes, they might be wrong. Divorce is wrong. The Bible says a lot about it here. You know, wamechoose hiyo path ya kuwa wrong.
Yeah.
Si wache mwenye alisema come
Our
to me,
judge.
yeah, our
true.
judge, because I think the ultimate judgment belongs to God.
Yeah.
And there's something that people should know. There's something called unconditional love. We should have unconditional love for each other. It is not based on a condition.
Okay.
Because Mukami is a divorcee, I'm supposed to sideline her and leave her.
It's true.
Because Mukami does not go to church the way I would want her to go. Because she does not dress this way. She does not carry herself this way. She's not safe. She's not. You label.
Yeah.
Where is unconditional love? Hata God ametupatia unconditional love. Whether wewe ni wake ama si wake, anatupenda. So even as friends, as parents, as siblings, we should give each other that unconditional love, no matter what. Ikuwa haina conditions. Na nitakwambia, me by the way, I am a respecter of people's position. By the way, spendi venye unafanyanga 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah.
Unaniudhi, lakini since it is working for you, you want to do it that way. By the way, ni best yangu, hiyo itachange. When ni brother yangu, hiyo itachange. When ni sister yangu, hiyo itachange. When ni my relative, itachange. But mi sipe, na usinifanye niipende, na sitawahi ipenda, but when ni bado wewe yetu. Sasa hiyo ndio inaitwa unconditional love. Si uni conditions that I must love you. If you want me to love you, you have to do 1, 2, 3, 4.
That's pressure.
That's a lot of pressure. And that's another area, even as parents, we fail completely. Because we give our children conditional love. It should not be like that. If you cannot ultimatums to your child, it will not change. That person is your child, whether she's a prostitute, whether she's a wrong, any mwizi, whether ni divorcee, whether haendagi church, whether ni mlevi, unajua mtu ni mtoto wako irregardless. So unafaa kusimama na mtoto wako irregardless. I keep telling my children, you're going to do a lot of madogodhani, but I'll always be there. Nitakasirika, nitakutupanisha na huko, but nitarudi. You're never alone.
That's unconditional love.
That is unconditional love. Yeah. And for me, it runs so highly. Yes. I wish parents would do that for their children, because I know there are parents who have children who are doing a lot of madogodhani. I would like to remind you today that child is still yours.
Yes.
And especially for mothers, I say mothers are the cornerstone of everything. If your child is baba anaweza kasirika mtupanishe, onesha mtoto bado unampenda. Yeah, even if anafanya madogodhani mingi aje, na usikubaliane na makosa yake. Those are two different things.
Yeah.
And I think some parents don't know how to draw the line between the two.
Exactly.
Yeah, you do not agree with the mistakes that are being done, but you show up.
That's so profound.
Yeah, so
amazing.
And so 3 things you remember. Life is for the living. Live it.
Yeah.
Impossible is nothing in this life.
Yeah.
And give unconditional love to everyone.
Wow.
God bless you.
Yes, I won't even add anything to that. It's been an amazing story. I really thank God, and I hope you guys have been inspired and enjoyed the video. And so God bless you. Until we meet again, it's adios.